and welcome to our virtual music class. I hope you had a wonderful break, and now it's time to get right back into school. Today we will be working in Google Classroom, so let's head on over there together. Alright friends, so this is what classroom.google.com looks like if you are on a computer. On a tablet it looks a little bit differently, but you can still follow the same steps to get through. We'll start by clicking on our classroom, and today I'm going to use 4th grade as an example. So this is what you see when you click into the class, and I'm going to come up here into classwork. You can see that this week we have a new topic here, week of 1-4. The assignment, if we click on it, will drop down. Your music teacher has asked you to research 3 unusual instruments and pick the one you'd like to learn to play based on your findings. The instruments are a theremin, an mbira, and an ocarina. Complete the attached document regarding these instruments. Now this is just for pretend. We're not actually doing this so you can learn how to play them, unless you want to, but this is just for research and just for fun. So this little blurb right here is the same thing that we saw before, but you are given a document like this and you get to type all of your answers directly on the document. Let's learn about a theremin together. So I'm going to copy this by hitting Control-C, open a new browser tab and type it in, and let's read a little bit about a theremin. A theremin is an electronic musical instrument controlled without physical contact by the thereminist. It is named after its inventor, Leon Theremin, who patented the device in 1928. Now this looks really important, so I am going to hit Control-Copy, and if we come back here, write a sentence about the history of it. Well, let's see if we can put this into our own words, okay? Now we could just paste it, but that's kind of cheating because that's somebody else's words. So let's read that again. Theremin is an electronic musical instrument controlled without physical contact by the thereminist. It is named after its inventor, Leon Theremin, who patented the device in 1928. So I'm going to copy his name right there. So Control-C. Leon Theremin invented the theremin. I don't think I spelled that right. In 1928. Yep, in 1928. It is an instrument that is electronic. Is an electronic musical instrument. So I'm going to say it is an electronic musical instrument. And that's good enough. It says write a sentence, but I wrote 2 sentences, and that's okay, because I feel like I covered a lot of information. Describe how it is played. Let's see. I'm going to click on this very first YouTube video, and let's see if we can watch what is going on. Of course, there is an ad, and this happens. Okay, let's watch this performer and see how they are making music. Oh look, so she has her hands in the air, and it looks like the distance between her hands and this board down here is what makes sound. So I'll come describe how it is played, and I'm going to say, let's turn on sound so we can hear it.
Forms a capacitor between his hands and the antennas.
Oh, it actually sounds like the video if you have sound on, and it explains what we need to write. Describe how it is played. The thereminist moves their hands above the instrument without touching it, and the distance between their hands and the instrument creates a sound. It's the electronic, but that's close enough. And then describe how it looks. So let's go back and let's go to Google Images. Kind of doing the questions backwards, aren't we? It looks like a box with an antenna, so let's write that. It looks like a box with an antenna. Okay. Alright, so we researched the theremin here, and notice how I typed directly on the document to answer my questions. Now, let's pretend that I answered all these other questions, the Mbira and the ocarina, okay? Now I'm going to come back down here. Question number 10. Using what we have learned, answer the question below. If you could learn to play one of these three instruments, which would you choose and why? So let's pretend that I researched the ocarina and the Mbira, but I still found the theremin to be the most interesting. So I would come down here and I would say I would choose the theremin because, and then give a reason. Why do I find it interesting? Why do I think it's cool? And then I would explain that below. Once you have completed this assignment, and that means answering all the questions in their entirety, you can click up here on the right-hand corner, Turn In. It's a little bit easy to miss, but it's really important. This is how I know that you've completed the assignment. Click Turn In. It will take us to a new tab. And then, this is really important, we have to click Turn In again. And then you can see that it goes from assigned to turned in right here so that we know that it's complete. And another way that we can see this is if we go into View Your Work, Unusual Instruments, we can see that it's turned in. Don't worry about any old assignments. As long as you've completed about them, don't worry. Flipgrid's going to say missing since we used Flipgrid to complete it. But go into Unusual Instruments, and once it's turned in, then you know that you have completed it. Alright friends, well that's all I have for you this week. As a reminder, if you are having issues with Google Classroom or technology whatsoever, I need to know ASAP. That way I can help solve your problem. If you ask me a question about the assignment on Sunday night, for example, and it's due on Monday, I will not be able to get back to you until the day that it's due, and that puts a lot of pressure on you to be able to get it in on time. In addition, I will not be taking any late assignments. So please note this assignment is given on January 4th, which if it's January 4th and you're watching it today, congratulations on starting the assignment, the day that it was assigned. And it is due on January 11th, that Monday. If it is turned in later than that, I will not be able to take it for a grade. It is your responsibility to stay on top of your assignments, know when they're due, and know what you have to work on. And as always, you can always email me with questions. Just make sure you email me soon enough so I can get back to you and help you so that you can get your assignment in on time. And with that, I'll see you next week.